To start, let's borrow words from the man himself, Dave Chappelle. The hardest thing to do is to be true to yourself, especially when everybody is watching. In the vast universe of comedy, there are stars, and then there are black stars, rare, brilliant, and utterly unique. Dave Chappelle is one such black star. He is not just a comedian, but a cultural phenomenon, a beacon of wit and wisdom, who has left an indelible mark on the face of comedy. Born in Washington, D.C., raised by educators, and nurtured in an environment where intellectual curiosity was encouraged, Chappelle found his calling early. As a teenager, he made a bold move to New York City, a bustling metropolis known for chewing up dreams and spitting them out. But Dave was different. He came armed with a razor-sharp wit, a keen sense of observation, and the audacity to speak his truth, no matter how uncomfortable. In the world of comedy, it's one thing to be funny, it's another thing entirely to be revolutionary. Our story continues to the early 2000s when Dave Chappelle took the reins of comedy and steered it in a completely new direction. His brainchild, Chappelle's Show, wasn't just a comedy sketch show, it was a groundbreaking platform that pushed boundaries, challenged norms, and made an indelible mark on popular culture. Chappelle, with his razor-sharp wit and keen observations, redefined what comedy could be. He used humor not just to make us laugh, but to make us think, to question, and to understand. Each sketch was a satirical mirror held up to society. From racial disparities to celebrity culture, no topic was off limits. The show was an instant sensation. It was raw, it was real, and it was revolutionary. People hadn't seen anything like it. Chappelle had a knack for making the uncomfortable comfortable, for bringing light to the shadowy corners of society we often ignore. He used laughter as a tool for enlightenment, and in doing so, transformed the landscape of comedy. But it wasn't just about the laughs. Chappelle's Show had a ripple effect far beyond television screens. It sparked conversations, debates, and reflections. It made us confront uncomfortable truths and forced us to see the world with a bit more clarity. It was, in essence, a cultural phenomenon. Chappelle's Show was a high point in his career, catapulting him into a level of stardom few comedians ever reach. His unique brand of humor, coupled with his fearless approach to social commentary, set him apart in the comedy world. He was no longer just a comedian, he was a revolutionary voice, a provocateur, a societal mirror. But just as Chappelle reached the pinnacle of success, he walked away. In 2005, at the height of his career, Dave Chappelle did the unthinkable. He left. This wasn't just a career shift, it was a seismic event in the comedy world. Dave Chappelle, the man who had captured the hearts of millions with his sharp wit and piercing social commentary, had suddenly disappeared from the public eye. Why would a man who was at the pinnacle of his profession choose to step away? The answer lies not in Chappelle's comedic genius, but in his human spirit. At the core of his departure was a need for solitude, a longing to reconnect with himself away from the glaring spotlight of fame. Chappelle's departure from Chappelle's Show was more than just a break from work. It was a quest for personal enlightenment. The man who had always made us laugh was now seeking to find his own joy, to understand his purpose beyond the stage. In an industry that often consumes its brightest stars, Chappelle chose to preserve his sanity over chasing the ephemeral glamour of celebrity. He sought silence in a world that was constantly demanding more from him. While the world perceived it as a loss, for Chappelle it was a gain. It was a chance to step back, to breathe, to reflect. This period of self-imposed exile allowed Chappelle to confront his fears, to question his beliefs, and to rediscover his passion for comedy on his own terms. It was a journey of self-discovery that many of us can relate to, a journey that is often necessary to rekindle our inner spark. Chappelle's hiatus from comedy was not a full stop. It was a comma, a brief pause before the next chapter. It was a testament to his courage and resilience, a reminder that sometimes we must lose ourselves to truly find ourselves. So when we talk about Dave Chappelle, let's remember not just the comedian but the man behind the laughter. The man who dared to step away from it all only to return stronger, wiser, and funnier. The man who reminds us that it's okay to take a break, to reflect, to grow. The world may have lost a comedian, but a man found himself. After a long hiatus, Chappelle made a triumphant return to stand-up comedy. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, our comedy king reclaimed his throne, setting the stage ablaze with his wit and wisdom. When Chappelle returned to the comedy scene, it was clear that he was not the same jester who had left it. His time away had given him a fresh perspective, a deeper understanding of the world around him, and an even sharper sense of humor. His material had evolved, reflecting his personal growth and continued social commentary. He tackled issues of race, politics, and culture with a fearless honesty that only Chappelle could deliver. He didn't shy away from controversy. Instead, he embraced it, using it as a platform to challenge societal norms and provoke thought. His jokes were more than just punchlines. They were poignant observations of the world around him. But don't get it twisted, Chappelle's return wasn't all serious business. He still had that distinct ability to make you laugh until your sides hurt. The king of comedy was back, and he was better than ever. His humor had matured, but it retained the same rawness, the same authenticity that had made him a household name. Chappelle's return was not just a comeback, it was a renaissance. He showed us that comedy could be a tool for change, a weapon of truth. He used his platform not just for laughs, but to spark conversations, to challenge the status quo, to make us think. In his return, Chappelle proved that comedy is not just about making people laugh, it's about making them think, making them question, making them see the world in a different light. He reminded us that a comedian's job is not just to entertain, but to enlighten. Chappelle's return to the stage was a triumphant one. He showed us that a true comedian never loses his touch, that a true artist never loses his voice. And just like that, Chappelle proved that a true king never loses his crown. Dave Chappelle's journey is far from over. As we navigate the riveting narrative of Dave Chappelle, it's impossible to overlook his profound impact not only on comedy, but also on culture and society. This man isn't merely a comedian, he's a philosopher, a social critic, a truth teller, even when the truth is hard to swallow. His comedic prowess, coupled with his unapologetic social commentary, has placed him in a league of his own. From the heights of Chappelle's show to his abrupt departure from it, Dave's bold choices have often sparked controversy. Yet, these very choices have also underscored his commitment to authenticity. Remember the time he walked away from a $50 million deal because he felt the cost to his integrity was too high? Or his recent Netflix specials, where he pushed boundaries and provoked thought, even when it ruffled feathers? Dave Chappelle's comedy is a mirror held up to society. It's a mirror that reflects our flaws, our fears, and our follies. His humor makes us laugh, yes, but it also makes us question, makes us ponder, and in doing so, it makes us grow. And it's not just about the jokes, it's about the man behind them, the man who chose peace over fame during his hiatus. The man who, after years away from the limelight, returned stronger, wiser, and funnier. The man who proved that sometimes stepping back is the best way to leap forward. Today, Dave Chappelle stands as a beacon of resilience, authenticity, and unfiltered expression. His comedy continues to evolve, as does his impact. He's not just a performer, he's a catalyst for conversation, for change. And that's the thing about legends. Their influence transcends time. Their work, their wisdom, their wit continues to inspire long after the curtains have closed. Dave Chappelle is one such legend. His journey is far from over. His story is still being written, and his legacy, well, it's just getting started. Dave Chappelle, a man who made us laugh, made us think, and above all, stayed true to himself. His legacy continues. Before we close our journey with Dave Chappelle, we'd like to remind you of the power of your voice. If you've enjoyed this tribute, don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us create more content like this, exploring the lives and legacies of the people who make us laugh, make us think, and above all, stay true to themselves. As the subscribe image pops up on your screen, let it be a reminder of your role in this journey. Your engagement is not just about numbers or statistics. It's about community. It's about conversation. It's about celebrating the people who challenge us, inspire us, and make us see the world a little differently. So, as we bid farewell to Dave Chappelle for now, remember that his story is far from over, and your role in it is just beginning. Comment, share, subscribe, and become part of the conversation. Because when we come together to appreciate a legend like Dave Chappelle, we're not just honoring his legacy, we're creating one of our own. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep laughing, keep thinking, and above all, stay true to yourself.